I'm out here by my wall, by my wailing wall. This is the wall I play tennis against, and it's for me, it's the Hotel in Yerushalayim. Again, the gematria is the same of Hotel, fully spelled out, and Yerushalayim. It's 586. 586 is also the gematria of shofar and some other gematriot. And a lot of things have been coming together for me the past few days. I just want to share a few things. You know, I think the body is the third temple, and I think that we've eliminated to too much of an extent the body from Judaism, because there's going to be a resurrection of the body in Mashiach times. Something that I discovered yesterday in the Zohar, they talk about, not the Zohar, something else. They talk about the name of God, of the Mashiach, is actually from Yesod, and it's El Shaddai. And this is a very important thing, because El Shaddai is Yesod, so it's the potency, it's the sexuality. And recently, I've had this thing about the life force going up, and this life force going up emanates from El Shaddai, from Yesod. And how to actually exist and live in this world with that. Well, let me cut a long story short here. It's 2 minutes. I usually introduce in 2 minutes. Years ago, I had Kundalini experiences, but they weren't permanent experiences. And now I have a way here for permanent experiences. It's like a fountain going up from Yesod. So instead of the fountain out from Yesod, it's a fountain up from Yesod. And so this is actually an anti-gravity fountain, and one feels the energy as water, for me, going up the center of the body. And so this is helping me keep my body aligned, because there's like a fountain. We'll call it the fountain of youth. Now, in most texts, you see that there's a coiled serpent in the Mahadura chakra, the base chakra, and it starts its activity upward. And the answer to that is yes. The coiled serpent is not in Yesod; it's in Malkus. And actually, one of the reasons I feel this now is that I just went to a Hasidic wedding, and the bride circles the groom 7 times. So as I said, the groom is the pole, and the 7 times around are the 7 chakras that the circular from the coiled snake, which is Malkus, circles around the male, the pole, the phallus, and becomes a Keta Malkus, comes up to the crown chakra. So the energy this stimulates in the male is the Mayam Hayam, and the male's energy stimulates from Yesod and from El Shaddai upwards. So it's the energy up into the crown, and then out the hair, actually. And if the hair is not cut, then that hair locks it and brings it back down and through the Yesod into the Malkus. So when you see a wedding, a Jewish wedding, when they go 7 times around the groom, that's it. It's the Kundalini and the 7 chakras. And it's from the coil. And it goes up in a spiral. There's a spiral. These circles. Because we get to each chakra and we circle each chakra. And it's a permanent Mayim Hayim. From that, I wasn't even going to say this, but that's from the Hakotel, which is the feminine. Anyway, so this idea of the Mayim Hayim and the whole tree of life, which comes from Hayim, it's a Hayim, as opposed to Das. Das is awareness, and to tell you the truth, we don't want to be too aware. We want the Hayim, the life force, and that's what's going up. And it's an anti-gravity force. Rather than this, we're going to be up like this because it's a fountain. Water constantly keeping the head floating. So this is a preliminary, and this is what's been happening to me, and this is the permanent Kundalini, piercing the chakras, but having an anti-gravity force. You see, and that changes the way one walks. You see, because now, whenever you make a step, remember you're supposed to not make a step forward, but before you go forward, you're supposed to go up. Up. Everything is up for anti-gravity. You see? Now you know that these things are secrets. You know, the greatest secret is the open secret. These things have symbolically been shown all the time. And if you're not ready for it, number 1, you won't see it. Number 2, you won't accept it. Number 3, you'll keep it in the intellectual plane. Number 4, if your body's not ready for it, you couldn't handle it in the body. You'll keep it as the 7, circlings of the groom, or the 7 times the pilgrim goes around the Kaaba, or the 7 times that the tefillin wraps around the arm, which is the same thing as the 7 circles of the male. And this is a very deep thing. My mitzvah is tefillin. And 35 years ago, I had these Kundalini experiences. Do you know somebody else who's had Kundalini experiences? I don't mean those people now who are doing Kundalini yoga. I mean, do you know the people who have had Kundalini experiences? And if you have, you tell me about it.